Good morning friends, welcome back to another vlog. I am here to tell you my reading plans. I do have a week off work and I do need to prep for something next Monday. However, I do have some reading to do. I need to finish The Heroes of the Empire, which I'm going to crack on with today. And then I do also need to start and finish Fogbound this week, and ideally A Dragon of the Veil, but they are pretty small books. I just need to get some earphones on, what's it called, ambient sounds, and just to focus on those because they're all physical reads. Yes, I would like to also get through some of my Sixathon. I can't believe last week I didn't even mention Sixathon. You may or may not have noticed I've not been on the game recently. On the game is something totally different. I am not ever on the game. Could never. But on my game recently. So let me just have a look at my TBR for Sixathon. I have actually completed some of them, I think. Let me just scroll. She says she thinks she's completed them, and she hasn't, because she's an absolute idiot. So, I finished 5 today. I'm halfway through Heroes of the Empire, and Fogbound and Dragon of the Veil I will be reading this week. So this is going to be a Sixathon focused week. I need to finish the Heroes of the Empires to finish the prompt for read an underrated book. I need to finish Fogbound so I can finish the first book in a series. And Dragon of the Veil is read a book that everyone is talking about. So if I could get 3 of the 6 Sixathon prompts marked off this week, then that will make me a happy bunny. And speaking of bunny, that is read a friend's favourite. So that would also get the 12 books, 12 prompts pick all rolled up into a neat little package and completed. So we're going to try and do that this week. By we, I mean me. But I do also have to spend quite a bit of time, a few hours here and there, sort of prepping and researching and whatnot. Because I'm not going to, I hate when people do this. It's nothing like Booktube related, it is like personal. But I don't want to mention it in case I get my hopes up and nothing comes of it, if that makes sense. And I kind of don't want to jinx it, but I do need to do stuff for that. So it's nothing exciting that you guys are really going to care about, but it is what it is. It's part of my life, alright? That's it for me. I'm gonna wake myself up because I don't know what is wrong with me recently, but mood, energy, like focus, everything is about -10. And I don't know how to sort it out. I do also have the live show with Chels tonight for Legacy of Ash, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited because I loved the book. Spoiler, well, it won't be a spoiler because you probably already seen my review on, well, my rating on Goodreads if you follow me on there. And we will have the live show by the time this goes live, so not a spoiler, but yeah, it was great, loved it, found fucking fabulous. And I'm gonna go now because I'm rambling and I need to medicate and caffeinate. Hello friends, it's not that long after we've previously talked. However, I am medicated, in the process of being caffeinated, and now I am also situated at my desk so that I can actually edit last week's vlog. So I'm going to make sure that I get that done, because if I think, oh, I'll do that in a bit, get comfy and cozy and start reading and get into the book, I'm not going to do anything. And as I've mentioned many a time before, I hate editing. It is the worst part of this hobby that I have. And I surely would pay an editor to sort this shit out if I could. But we move. We have a caramel Nescafe latte thing, and once again, thanks to Becca for introducing me to Coffee Mate, because it is a vibe. I'm gonna edit last week's vlog, and then I'm gonna see if there's anything else that I can edit while I'm here. I also, do you feel like my roots need doing? I do, but you know, we're gonna go with the lion's mane. It's partially straightened, but as I said, I'm off work. I'm going for like the chilled vibe, just to reset the mental situation. Because, funny thing, being on medication isn't a cure-all. So the mental health has been in the fiery pits of hell yet again last week, but I have found that this makes no sense. I have been learning Korean, and it might sound like a stupid thing to do, but when it might sound like a stupid thing to do when I'm struggling to focus and stuff on most things, but it keeps my brain thinking. And it's, I can mention this in last week's vlog, it's quite a logical language when you get your head around it. I think the symbols just freak people out. Me being one of those people freaked me out too. But yeah, Lord Squidly, poor sod, I'll put a picture here if I remember, fell, you've probably seen him, he sort of sits here, and sort of sometimes here, and he fell into a warmer. There's a warmer, this is a warmer, Sensi warmer, and he fell, and because I walked up to my computer, I was like, I smell something funny, I don't know what it is. I turn around, I see poor Lord Squidly on his side with his head in the warmer. All the wax has been soaked up into himself, and I lift him up and he's burnt the side of his head. I had already had like a severely shitty week in the brain department, so that made me cry. Don't at me, okay? Brain things. I had a bit of like a little moan to my friends, and I was like, Lord Squidly is rest in peace in. And I was just gonna sort of like put him in the bin, but there was a suggestion that came in, and I can't remember which person recommended it now. Was it Andy? Maybe Andy. Chloe recommended trying to wash him in washing up liquid, and I did that and it started to come off, but I don't think the water was hot enough, so I'm gonna wait until I can again can be asked to do that, and I'm gonna soak him in there and like give him a bit of a scrub. But Andy recommended that I crochet him a little hat, so I'm gonna crochet him a little hat, or maybe some bandages, and sew some bandages into his head, and he could just be slightly wounded and recovering Squidly. But I have, to make myself feel better, I have found some more and added them to my wish list for payday, and I'm gonna replace him. Well, no one's gonna replace him. I'm gonna get another cute rainbow one, but I've also found some cat ones, because the only other one I've got is Bruce at the moment, and he's either sad or angry, and we don't need that negativity in my life all the time. And is he there? Is he there? He's just over there, next to Songhua. And I'm well aware that I'm talking about these things like the real people, but it is what it is. It's how my brain works. Okay, so I'm going to drink my smoothie, edit last week's vlog, and then take it from there. And I might cozy up on the sofa and read some of the Heroes of the Empire. And I keep calling it the Heroes of the Empire. It's book 1. It's the Cavalier. The Heroes of the Empire is a series, but Heroes of the Empire is a thing that you see as soon as you look at the cover. The first book is actually called the Cavalier. So yeah, I'll be going back and reading that. I also realised, I don't know how this has happened, but somehow, I don't know if you can see this, like there's loads of like, it's like it's been warped, like it's been next to something too warm and it's warped the plastic on one side, but I haven't put it next to anything warm, I don't think. But then again, 'tis me, friends, 'tis me. I will see you shortly. Hi friends, we're now on Monday. Are we on Monday? Is it Tuesday? I don't know. We're on Tuesday. I don't know what day it is. When I straightened my hair, I realised how long it is and how much it needs a trim. So we're looking flat as fook today, but yesterday I started a finished bunny. I know, I said I need to get to the Heroes of the Empire and also Fogbound, but I have no reason. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I don't know why I did it, but it was calling to me. The bunnies were like, come read us. When Jem said this is a what the fuck book, I'd believed her, but I didn't really realise it would be a what the fuck book. And I am unsure about how to describe the what the fuckery of it all. So let me just try and get my thoughts together. I'm eating my hair. I can't English. It starts off, we're in Samantha's head, which from the start you know, because I knew going into this book it was weird and it was a brain fuckery book. I immediately did not trust Samantha as a narrator, obviously, but I can't tell you things without giving away the plot, and there was so much of the plot that was twisted and you thought one thing and then it was like, ah, no, it's this, and then you're like, oh no, it's actually this. I was disturbed. I will say I don't have the physical book with me, and he didn't say it on the audiobook when I listened about content warnings, but I do suggest trying to look up some content warnings prior to this. It does mention suicide, but it's not, it does mention suicide, and it talks about sex a lot, but in a really weird way. Oh shit, I can't really explain. It's not that it's not like a smutty book. It's not that. It's not descriptive like acts of sex. It's, oh, fucking hell, I don't know. It's 5 stars. If I haven't already mentioned that, it is 5 stars. But I don't know what. The writing, Mona Award knows how to write an intricate story, and it's kind of like, I need Meg's expertise on this, because I don't know like prose types. Like, I don't know, it's not flowery. I don't know if there's a difference between flowery and purple and whatnot, but I feel like I need to check with Meg and see if she's read that. I think she has. And if she has told me what kind of prose it is, I will put it down below. If her and Chloe don't know, the likelihood is I'm not going to find out. But I feel like this was a wild ride. And for a lot of my comments to Jem, it was, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? And along those lines. Or maybe those lines exactly. It was that. I am so glad I read it. Would I read anything more by her? Unsure. I feel like I would need somebody else to read another one of her books first and then say yay or nay to it being a me thing. But then again, what is a me thing? Because what I thought was a me book is not necessarily always the case. Like, dragon books, adore them. Everyone thought that I would adore the Aragon series. That was not the case. However, give me Michael and Miller's dragons or Ryan Carl's dragons. Clearly they work. So dragon books don't always work for me. What I thought, like, thrillery, like eerie, creepy books, like weird books wouldn't work for me, I'm finding more and more that they tickle a part of my brain. And I can't explain. It's a different type of the brain where words put together, English, brain not functioning. Jesus, what is wrong with me? I can't express how I'm feeling, and the words are in my brain, but I can't get them out in a cohesive sentence that... Right, so I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what me books are anymore. Because I'm fine. So the thing that the thing that tickles one part of my brain. So we've got sort of fantasy. I will include manga in there because it is fantastical in a lot of the manga that I read. It's like really, it's not of the real world really. Like lots of weird creatures and demons and all that kind of stuff. So I'll put all like the non-realistic, fantastical kind of things in one section of my brain, and that is just like a total escape from reality, from how shoddy my life can be at times, and just not adulting for a while. Not that I do it well anyway, but you know what I mean. But then there's this part of my brain where it's like, I think it's a part of my brain that wanted to do psychology and that really enjoys psychology, and it's just like unpicking like some quite deep, dark, disturbing. Not disturbing. Is it disturbing? It was disturbing, I'm not gonna lie. Some shit, like trying to unpick a plot and use my brain but in a different way that's kind of not realistic, but also potentially could be. It's fiction, but it could happen in this world. It's not too far from what could potentially be happening if you looked into it more. And that probably is happening in this world, but it's wrapped up in a fiction bubble, so it's fine to read. If it was a non-fiction and I was reading something like that, I wouldn't be able to do it because it's got a fiction stamp on it. It's like, although technically it could probably happen in this world and does, it is okay that I'm reading it because it's fiction. Does that make sense? My brain, and it makes me think, but not in a way that it stresses me out to a point where I'm just like, it's too close to home. That's when I can't continue with the book, is when some things get a bit too close to home and I start feeling things in like the real world, not kind of just like book in that world. It's really hard to explain, and I wish I could understand how my brain worked, but there's some books like Sundial, Paul Bearer's Club, this now, Catherine House, they tickle some part of my brain that it's kind of like, I like Christina Henry, prime example, fiction, fairy tale retelling, eerie, weird as fuck at times, but it's kind of like a mystery, and it lets part of my brain still continue to work in a different way. Whereas like with fantasy, I can just dive right into a fantasy world and just be totally immersed in somebody else's world. Whereas this is like part real world, but with a fictional stamp on it. I don't know. And then you've got contemporary and romance that's literally just a chiller for me. And yes, a lot of them do also make me cry, but there's no stakes really in those, so there's nothing to get worried about. So the only thing to watch out for is any content warnings in there, and there's very little that will make me totally stop reading a book. Although, saying that, last week, first down I nearly DNF'd because Jesus Christ was that main character male and dick. But yeah, I don't know, that was a very weird way of me saying I really enjoyed the book, but I don't. It got 5 stars, but it was just weird. And I don't know what that says about me that I enjoyed that. But as I say, we'll unpick that at another time. Maybe in therapy if I ever get it. But we are gonna move on to, and I am gonna move on to, I need to do some of the stuff that I said I was gonna do yesterday that I didn't end up doing because I just got pulled into Bunny, which, given the storyline, that was quite funny. And I need to start prepping some stuff in my brain, but I also do need to continue The Heroes of the Empire, Book 1, The Cavalier, and I also need to read Fogbound, and some of the reviews coming in. I'm so excited to just dive into this. Like, all of them actually, all the books that have been for the indie book tours seem to be getting really good reviews. Yay for the authors. And I'm just hoping that this promo pushes these books out to people a little bit more, to catch your eye, pick them up. I'm excited. I'm gonna medicate and caffeinate, and then we're gonna pontificate about what we're gonna do for this presentation that I need to do. And I will see you all very soon. Hi friends, coming at you from a different angle today. My hair's a mess because I'm feeling depressed, so not had an espresso. I've fallen into the matcha, what's it called? Hole? It says, what does it say? Let's look at the directions so I don't over mix half a teaspoon of matcha. Matcha! Is that half a teaspoon? In it goes anyway. And we're gonna be putting some water in there. But also we've got some ice cubes. I'm still here. Ignore the mess in my living room. I'm trying to function. Hopefully I will soon. And I got some more milk. Shake it up, yeah. And we're gonna, I'm not an aesthetic queen, so we're just gonna do that. And hope that it tastes good. And then we're gonna matcha. Doesn't say how much water to put in it. Just says mix. Ooh, that smells a bit nutty. Nutty like me, love. A bit weird. It says to, what does it say to do? 150 mils of water. I think it might have been more than 150 mils of water. But we move using a bamboo chasing or milk frother, mix until smooth and creamy. Is it smooth and creamy? Let's do the pour over, see if it. Ooh. Should we stir it and make it all green? Ooh.
Watch me taste this now and it'll be absolutely disgusting. Ooh. Ooh. I'm sorry. I take it back. I take it back. Oh, me and my lion mane. We doth like this. This could be a problem. And am I going to be a basic matcha girly? Probably. But, does this have caffeine in? Is it caffeine? What is matcha? I've just put something in my body and I don't know what it is. Not the first time. Anyway, I'm going to go and drink me matcha because I'm a matcha girly now. Peace out. Stay blessed. Hi. It's still Wednesday. Did I tell you it was Wednesday? I don't know. It is what it is. I have gone off TBR, MBR, whatever. That's why I call it an MBR. I had an urge to read Light Lark by Alex Astor. And I think it was because I'd seen a special edition being released of it. I was like, ooh, that looks pretty. And I've heard mixed reviews about it, and the Goodreads reviews, the rating is, let me have a look, it was like 3 point something. And I've heard very mixed reviews about it, and I actually really enjoyed it. 3.83 is the average rating on Goodreads. I did really enjoy it, and it follows a girl who lives in a world full of magic, and she's been told her whole life she doesn't have magic, but then she's a ruler of a realm and she has to go and compete against other rulers in this tournament that happens every 100 years, and it lasts for 100 days, and for the first 50 days they can't kill each other, but then they have to do different things, and the trials, they go through different sort of tests throughout this period, but then after the 50 days you have to pair up with someone, and you can't kill the person you paired up with, but at the end of this 100 days, one of the 6 realms ruler has to die, but they're all also trying to break this curse that's put them in this position. I really did like that premise of it. I don't know, am I being dumb? I didn't see some of the things that happened. I saw coming, some of them I didn't, but I don't know why I can't give it 5 stars. There was just something that was missing that meant that it was short of a 5 stars. I did listen to it on Scribd / Everhand, whatever you want to call it, and I've seen that book 2 is also on there. Whilst I was doing that, I did crochet ears for a project that I'm doing. I did put a poll up on Twitter and asked people to choose a colour. I put black, pink and burnt orange. Didn't put the context behind it, I just put the colours, and pink was winning for a while, but I'm now doing burnt orange because burnt orange won. These are my foxies. I need to crochet the rest of the beanie. I am then going to move on to Gem's beanie. I have had confirmation that the beanie that I sent her fits, but I feel like I want some thinner yarn that's more like this. I need to finish off Heroes of the Empire, the Cavalier, and I need to read Fogbound, and because my post is on Friday for Fogbound, and then I have to read Dragon of the Veil for next week, so I've got quite a bit to do reading wise, but I am still off work, so this wee project
now that I've done both ears, is going to go on hold until I can switch back to audiobooks again. I'm going to crack on with my physical reads. Ignore my messy hair, I've just thrown the top bit up because the lion's mane was getting a wee bit out of hand. Oh, I don't know if I told you, we had to move the live show for Legacy of Ash because Chels has got ill, unfortunately. So we had to move that from last Monday just gone to the following Monday coming up. So I need to get my notes written up about that. And then we can move on to Legacy of Steel. Anyway, you don't care about that. I'm gonna go grab a coffee and then do whatever I just said I'm gonna do. Hi friends! Wow, you are really... Are you wonky? Probably. Hi friends, it's Thursday and I'm medicated, caffeinated, and I've got water so that I can stay hydrated, and I'm going to dump, not going to dump anywhere, I'm going to dive into Fogbound again. I want to finish this today. It is currently like, I've got 2 bookmarks in here. It's currently 3 o'clock. I have done things today, but they've been work related things. I know, logging on work, or whatever, I've got 3 bookmarks. Logging on to work when I'm on leave, not the most ideal situation. However, I am the only person that was available to do the that needed to be done because, yay, we have Ofsteding and everyone is under the Ofsted crunch, so I was asked to log on for a couple of hours to do some stuff. I really do think that I might become matcha girly. It's really nice. It's like nutty, but I put a bit of sweetener in, so you get the sweetness kick, and also I've got oat milk in, so it's kind of like oaty nutty. And I'm looking at how to make strawberry matcha because I want to try strawberry matcha as well. I think you just add some strawberry flavouring in somewhere, I don't know. And I'm gonna make a hot one later, I think, and see how that works. Also, I did research it after I drank it. Matcha does have caffeine in. Not as much as coffee, but more than tea, I think. Also, but caffeine doesn't, wow, my hair is all over the place. Caffeine doesn't affect me in the way that it affects neurotypical people, so I don't feel like alert and awake, and like caffeine doesn't make me like, you know, like that. It's just, for me, I drink tea, I drink coffee and caffeinated beverages for the taste. So when I say I can't do without a morning coffee, it's because I make myself really nice morning coffees and it's just a great way to start the day. But the same way when I'm at Becca's, I would feel very unbalanced if I didn't have scrambled eggs with beans and cheese and a coffee in the morning at Becca's, or on special occasions we've had a McDonald's breakfast. But 9 times out of 10 it's the scrambled eggs with the beans and cheese on toast, and they make me a coffee. So the feeling of drinking something really nice and hot and sweet in the morning, and in this case it's cold and sweet, but yeah, it's not to keep me alert and awake, because caffeine doesn't do that to my brain. But what was I telling you? It is, I am gonna put on an ambient room, an ambiance, because my focus is, it needs to be on this book, and I'm enjoying it. Did I tell you that I started it? Did I? I don't know. Maybe not. But yesterday I started to finish Light Lark because it was on audio and I could crochet while I was doing it. But I need to put my crochet in. I think because my crochet is just there,
it's just calling to me, and but there's nowhere else for me to put it. If I could put it away and out of my sight, it's out of sight, out of mind, and I could just crack on with what I need to do. But I've got my Kindle over here now. I've got my book out. I'm gonna get a hot beverage, you know, to drink while I read after I finish my matcha, and I'm gonna sit down for a good couple of hours, and I could read most of this tonight. It is only 382 pages. It looks like a behemoth one because of the size. It's long, but it's thin compared to some of the other fantasies. It's not short and chunky. Do you know what I mean? So I think the size of it's quite deceptive, but we will see. And the writing is not that small, so it's very easy to get through, and it's signed. I keep showing you because I really like the cover as well. Anyways, I'm gonna stop yammering at you now because I need to actually read. I'm gonna find my spectacles, because that would be great, wouldn't it, if I could find my spectacles. I shouldn't have been doing work today without my specs on either, but I did, so sue me. Also don't, because I can't afford to pay anyone anything. And yeah, I'm going to finish my matcha, make myself a hot beverage, you know, which is going to be a biscuit tea, let's be real, and gonna get the headphones on with the ambient room on, find my specs, which is somewhere in my shit all over flat. Again, don't at me, look, mental health's not been the best recently, and one of the things that goes down the shitter is my flat. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll be back later to give you an update on Fogbound. Gracias. Hello friends. I was not as far in this book as I thought I was, but I've picked it up again and I'm on page, just coming to page 100. Nick, sir, let me put a bookmark in this before I lose my page. What the fuck? Why? Why would you do this? Okay, so I've reread what's on the back so I don't spoil anything for you guys. So this follows a man called, I don't have the audiobook because there isn't one yet, I don't think, so the pronunciation, Nick, if you're watching this, please correct me if I'm wrong. The guy's name is Zersian, and I think his wife's called Sienna. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. And he is a teacher, a lecturer, and he lectures the children of nobles until one day, due to a growing war and a lack of soldiers, they ask for voluntary conscripts. But we know from very early on, and from the blurb, that there's something that happens to Zersian when he can't control it. So I don't know what triggers it, but we notice from, again, like I said, from very early on, that under certain situations and certain circumstances, he will see a fog appear from the ground and he'll get a pain in his head, and it's like a voice or something other takes over him and makes him act against his will, and he sees this thing, this person, or this dark figure with like bright red eyes, and he doesn't want to go into the army, but he sees these guards, soldiers putting these posts up around the place, and intrigued, he's like, what's going on? And he was like, oh okay, yeah. As he's about to say no thank you, I don't want to do it because it's voluntary, not compulsory, this fog takes over and this person takes over, and clearly is a military man by the way that he comes out, and he's like, yeah, service, all for the service, I will sign
this poor sod's life away, and he just takes over, and this poor Zersian has no control over his body at all. He's got a friend called Uvad who wants to be in the army, apparently. I'm still very suspicious about those circumstances, but he wants to be in the army, and they have to take an aptitude test. He thinks, wow, yay, I'll fail the aptitude test. And again, he doesn't fail the aptitude test, and he ends up in the army. And it goes from there. There is more on the back if you want to read more about what it's about, but we are very early on and things start happening really quickly. So we don't even get much time with him as a teacher. It literally is, we're introduced to Zacian, and I'm guessing it's his wife. It doesn't say that Sienna's his wife. And Uvard's got a wife called Mila, or a partner called Mila. But we don't spend much time with them in that setting. We move straight into the army now, frontline man. And we've also come across this character that is just called the boil-faced man, and please, warnings, maybe just don't be eating when you're reading this. Just a suggestion, just a tidbit, just a teensy weensy sprinkle of advice, because at times I've been like, bleh. But it doesn't take a lot to make me gag, to be fair. So yeah, I am really enjoying this, and I'm just annoyed at myself that I've started so late. I read like a couple of chapters earlier in the week, and I was like, yeah, I kept going to pick it up, but then I ended up picking up audiobooks because that's what I do. And then, as always, I kick myself when I read these books because I've been putting them off, and I don't know why I've been putting them off. It's just really frustrating. I frustrate myself so much. But yeah, I will come back and update you when I've read some more. But I did say, this is like 360 odd pages, so this will get read. If not tonight, tomorrow. I'll finish it during the day. I do also have some more BBNYA excerpts that came through that are extras that I need to read, because some of them have been accepted by people but they're not read yet, and obviously they need to be read by 2 people, I think. So yeah, I need to get those read tomorrow. So I'm going to try and sit for a couple more hours and get some more of this read. But so far, the vibes are impeccable. Even though we don't get like a massive backstory of, you know, Zacian and his friendship with Uvad, you can tell that there's like a bond there. And I'm not really sure at the moment what the purpose of introducing us to his friend was, if he ended up in the army by himself. I think something's going to happen later on. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but we shall see. I just, the way that this is setting me up, I don't want to get too attached to people, but I feel like Zacian's like a really intriguing character, and he's such an intellectual person. He was a teacher, and he was obviously, you could, well, maybe I'm just interpreting this in the wrong way, but like, he seemed to love being a teacher, because a lot of the kids that he taught acted like little brats a lot of the time. We've met General Bergland, and we've also met Sergeant Canavar. They are army men too. So I've met those two. I don't know how prominent they will be in this book. I'm all down for reading more. So we're now on to part 2 of Bloodlines and Revenge. And I just love the flop in this book. I'm gonna go read some more because I need to get back to this and find out what won. But Nick, I'm watching you. Hi guys. So you'll probably be able to tell that I sound stuffy as hell. I'm just gonna hold you because I can't be bothered trying to sort you out. I was slowly this week feeling a bit more like bleh, and then it hit me Friday, and I felt like absolute shite. So that was fun. I've done nothing all weekend because my body hates me, and I'm back at work. The week that I have off, I can get through it. I'm fine for the majority of it, and then I'm literally just out of it all weekend. Why is that happening just before I go back to work? So frustrating. So, as you can probably imagine, I have not had the capacity to read, like the brain capacity to read. What I have done this week though is I finished. What did I do? I read Lilac, which I really enjoyed. I read Fogbound, which I really enjoyed. I have also just watched quite a lot of TV over the weekend just for something to have on. So I need to go back to my spreadsheet for Tomes and Treasures and add all the hot beverages and the journaling and the TV shows that I've watched to my points, to my coins. And I also need to double check that I have actually fulfilled all the prompts to make my character, because I don't know if I've done that actually. But yeah, I'm not feeling the best, which is frustrating, really frustrating, that I'm going back to work feeling like this. But I'm gonna get a shower, do a steam thing, and try and read some before I go to sleep and get an early night. But thank you very much for watching. If you do like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you are here and you want to let me know you're here but don't know what to say, please leave a black heart, it's very much appreciated. And until next time, enjoy whatever you're reading, what you're doing, and I'll see you all very soon.